Psst. Hey, check out my Patreon. Link in the description. Bye-bye.
Oh my, and what's this? A human comes to my beach. It's all right, dear. I have no intention of harming you. I've lived here for quite some time, you see, and I have never seen you before. And trust me, my dear, I would have remembered a face like yours. Oh yes, I have a surprisingly great memory. And even if I didn't, it's so rare that a human comes to this beach. It's something worth remembering. You must have come a long way to be here. After all, it's so out of the way of civilization. Why are you here? Well, no. I suppose you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But I am so very curious. Who am I? It doesn't really matter. But I can tell you that I have been here for several lifetimes, experienced several things. And if something ails you, if something woes you, if you feel bleak and obsolete, I might be able to help give you answers, if you should ask for them. If it is truly your heart's desire to know what I am, I can answer if you'd like. To put this in a way you can understand, I am the manifestation of the spirit of a jellyfish. I have lived in this ocean for a long time. Many lifetimes, in fact. And my life has restarted over many times. I suppose this might be a little difficult for a human like you to comprehend. But when someone like me becomes injured, we can break off a part of ourselves and regenerate anew. This reincarnation of sorts has allowed for me to gain various perspectives on life, and it has made me quite knowledgeable in many subjects, which makes me, I believe, more than apt to help you. You know, I have been tied and tethered to the sea for as long as I've known, just drifting, throughout all eternity. It has given me quite some time to think about things. And because I have lived so long, I know pain when I see it. Tell me, dear, once again, why did you come here tonight? Yes, I understand that you are seeking reprieve. But from what, I wonder? I see. Well, I've got some unfortunate news. Life is brutally difficult. And I'm not going to tell you that it's going to get better, because that would be irresponsible. But something I can tell you with confidence is that things will always change. When I was a much younger thing, I used to lead that life was about enjoying carnal desires, temporary gratification, anything to get that high of happiness. I chased it like a dog, following its own tail. But it never led me anywhere. Those short-term satisfactions were only ever just that. Short-term. It didn't fill the aching void I felt inside of me. It didn't resolve my desperation for meaning. Shortly following that, I started chasing after an artificial meaning. I tried to make up something to believe in. I had these falsified convictions I tried to make myself believe. I followed moral codes. I tried to live righteously and correctly, but still, I began to find myself exhausted. There was a sense of purpose, sure, but it wasn't enough. Well, things got to a head and I wondered what the point of living was. I felt that if I couldn't place a meaning to life, if I couldn't enjoy the life given to me, then what was the point? Why did I even bother with living in the first place? And that's how you feel too, right? I can see it in your eyes. Kindred spirits, you and I, lost and devoid of purpose. But I came to a revelation some 100 or 2 years ago. I found that life is not about finding happiness or an arbitrary meaning. The only thing that life is about is living. To live is an intoxicating thing. It is the most wondrous, most painful, most beautiful thing anyone can ever do. You should live. You should live and suffer and live. And not suffer because you feel you have to learn something from it, but suffer because it is a part of life. You should laugh because it is a part of living. You should smile because it is a part of living. And you should go on with living and try to find those moments of joy, whilst understanding that your suffering is temporary. You are only on this earth for a short amount of time, I know. But there are so many things that can make it worth it. Your life, is much shorter than mine. And maybe, in the grand expanse of things, there doesn't seem like there are many things worth living for. But there are. And you should, and you shall live. You will find people who want your company. You will find things you want to do. And maybe it's not some grand gesture of meaning, or something that'll solve all your problems. But it'll be living, and you should live. Well, I'm glad I could help, my dear. I know there's not much anyone can say to make this any easier. But for what it's worth, I believe in you. I think you can persevere and get through this. So keep fighting. And know that, should you ever need help, you need only to return to me. I shall be waiting for you, my dearest companion. I will be here when you need. Always.